Hey everyone, Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here to do my very first layout for Memory Lane as the guest designer for December. That's the sketch I am using by Laura Rumble. And quickly, I'm going to show you the very first project I did. I created that fun little insert for my December daily. And now that I have gone through a little bit of the supplies and cut into it, I was going to work and finally do an actual layout. So I have these two photos I'm going to scrap. They're both going to appear with this line, but I decided with this sketch that the photo of my daughter was going to work best just because the way she's looking, the angles of everything, I just really wanted to play with that and see what I could create. And I knew that remember how if you saw my kit share showing you this collection, I said chances are I'm going to take that beautiful piece of red paper that I had, and the back of it is 4x6 cards, and I said I was going to take the two that I didn't really care about, like they're really cute but I wouldn't need to use them, I would use the other four and find a way to use so I could use the red paper, and I'm doing it right away so I don't question myself. And I'm just going to go ahead and literally cut this so it's 4 inches wide by 12 inches, and I'm just cutting it in half, and then I will trim it so that it's a little bit smaller so that I have a nice white border around my entire layout. And then I'm just trimming my photo, and you see the fact that there's little white margins. That is because most of the time when I go to print my photos, I'm using them as they look on Instagram. And when I go to get them printed, I normally don't have them in squares. I have them when I go on Instagram and post them. So it ends up leaving this little border, but I'm okay with that because I like that it gives a little bit of different dimension and size to things. Not everything is either a 4x6 or a 4x4. It kind of changes it around a little bit, so I really like that. Okay, so here is my plan. I am being very risky here and adding, it's called Pink Moscato, and it is my favorite new shimmers that I own, and I'm also using Frostbite. Together, I love this color. Isn't that just beautiful? It's so pretty. And I'm going to sprinkle some of it around, and I love it. You don't see a bunch of it. It's meant to be very subtle, and it's just going to peek through the layers, but I love it so much, and I'm going to play with those colors again soon because it's just so much fun. So those are the only things that aren't and my cut files that I use that aren't from the kit, but I had to include them just because I needed that extra pop. And I was, again, if you saw my video explaining this collection, I explained that I challenged myself and picked this collection because it's so vintagey and not actually like me. Most of this stuff is not stuff I would normally pick, but I really wanted to challenge myself and make it work because there's a lot of really cute elements that I know I could. But in order to do that, I have to bring stuff in from my stash to help turn it into a layout that is something that I feel represents my style and the way I like to scrap. But most of the layers of anything that's pattern paper is all from the collection. I didn't pull any pattern paper with the exception of one little thing that you'll see. Nothing else is from the collection, is from outside of the collection. Okay, I'm getting myself all tongue twisted today. I'm sorry. I'm going to start, as you can see, is I cut a little border of the blue. Isn't that beautiful, that blue snowflake paper? I actually originally had intended to keep that as a 12 by 12 and create a layout off of it, but I've cut into it now, so I'm going to have to think of something different to do. I'm excited to see how I stretch myself with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple stickers here. I wanted to grab a few things from the sticker sheet, and I grabbed the candy cane and the little bit of holly. And then you can see here this beautiful box that has all this fun things in it is a Christmas gift box full of yummy goodies from one of my scrappy besties, Daisy Scraps, and she sent me some cut files and a bunch of just really awesome things and that vellum. Isn't that pretty? I know a lot of you are big into your buffalo plaid, so I'm sure you're all like, ooh. I think it's funny, but the obsession with buffalo plaid really cracks me up. Everyone, I always say, you do you. You be you. You like what you like. That's the beauty of this hobby, is we're all allowed to have our opinions. but I find it so funny that everyone is so obsessed with it because I grew up in a very small little farming community, and when I see plaid of any sort, that's all it makes me think of. So I like it. Obviously, I use it. I don't wear it because I don't know, but I just think it's funny how obsessed people are with it. It just cracks me up. So every time I see it, I just kind of roll my eyes. So I also added, that was way sidetracked, sorry. I'm also adding these really fun cut files that came in that lovely goodie tin, and I backed them with the pattern papers. And I showed you there, I used the green ornaments from one, and then that I used the blue one, and I think actually that was a bell. The green was from the bell, and then I used the ornament paper in a couple spots to back the rest of it. And it's pretty subtle because of the fact that it's a smaller surface of cut file, but I really like how all those colors kind of help pop, and you bring color down to your eyes, but it's a white cut file, so it's not like in your face. I really like that. I thought that was really neat. And then I'm going to take this really fun green leaf thing that I just liked. I thought it looked like a wreath, and wreaths make me think of Christmas, and I just really, really liked it. I do spray it a little bit with some of my shimmers off camera, so it's just a little bit of a sparkle to it. And I do cut it in half so that it can stretch out and have a little bit more to be seen. And then behind that, so right in front of that is that one other layer that is not from the collection. And it is again from that tin, and it's just this really cute 6x6 piece of silver because I wanted to bring in a pop of silver. So I'm loving the way all of this is turning out. My final touch is just going to be to add my title, which is going to be "'Tis the Season to Sparkle," because my little girl is just being super cute in front of the Christmas tree and all happy. This was before all of her teething happened. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed my first layout for being the guest designer for Memory Lane. You can always make sure to check out our shop. I'll have the link below, and you can use a Jolly 20 to get yourself 20% off. There's a look at my final layout, and I will see everyone really soon with another layout. Bye!